Hayden Panettiere has been promoting her memoir, and the stories she has shared are just utterly heartbreaking. Do you have sympathy for her or feel this is the life she chose? For me, she was given this once-in-a-lifetime Hollywood world, and she destroyed herself. And her new book's called This Is Me, A Reckoning. Okay.
Well,
So
I think that she has...
we didn't read the book, but I read all about the book, and I read a synopsis of the book.
You can't get away from it. It's everywhere. Today's Show, GMA, every magazine, every website. She had been a little MIA off the acting field. She was Nashville, wasn't her last big shows, and then she was in the Scream.
36 or something.
Yeah, she's young. She was in Scream, that new Scream that came out, and then she was in another indie film of some sort. But this has put her back on the map to tell her story and spill her guts on her life. She was a child star, and as like a lot of child stars, it ends up messing with their head and their life. So what can you do? It's that life, and if you choose to get into that crazy world, then that's the world she was in. A lot of child actors don't get into that, and they
I'm
are
not sure she
perfectly
chose
formed.
it. Her mother chose it for her to
Right,
start with.
but that most of them do, unless somebody says at 4, I want to be an actress or a model. But not everybody goes down that path.
No.
So it's sad that she was through all this horrible trauma and she's had bad stories and bad luck, but I don't know. After a while, you just got to get over it.
It's the cycle just keeps repeating. If you're born into it or led into it by your parents, then you're going to have way too much money too soon, unless your parents control it completely. And there are all kinds of heartbreaking issues going back and forth between her and her mother, who's now denying all of it.
Right.
But you don't learn how to cope with real life until it's too late. And then maybe as your roles start to dry up, and she hasn't had as hot a run here of late, then all of a sudden it's, oh my God, what just happened? And she went through a bunch of burnout relationships. She was with the boxer Klitschko, who's like twice her size, and that didn't work. And it's become almost like a cliche story. Her Reckoning book, there's nothing new in it to me at all. It's all the same. This story just keeps repeating. But it's like there's a flame in Hollywood, and if you get too close to the flame too soon, you reach into it and it burns you, and you're like, my God, I didn't know it burned. Yeah, it burns you.
But this is not anything new. This goes back to child actors from the 50s. That's why Paul Peterson, who was on the Donna Reed show, he helped implement the law to help protect, and also Jackie Coogan, who was back in the 30s and 40s on the Little Rascals.
Coogan.
Coogan was the, Cooper. But implemented the law that they put into place to help child actors, protect them, that the parents can't take their money. Macaulay Culkin, he became emancipated from his parents at like 13, 14. There's so many of them. Yeah. It's just part of the whole world if they have, unfortunately, the bad route that they go down.
Yeah, but the odds are actually against you. You're going to have extreme fame, and all these people that you're referring to, they're famous forever. Shirley Temple, who became Shirley Temple Black, was one of the originals, right? Okay, and we know them. I'll know that they became internationally famous. Yeah. But at what cost? At what price? There've been, I don't even want to go down the road. We've talked about dozens of them.
But not every star does. There are some stars
but
that...
I would say the odds are against you to come out normal, to find a normal life.
I think back then versus now, because now there's too much speculation and too much, you see too much.
And what happened to Judy Garland? What happened?
Well, yeah, I mean, she became a pill-popping...
Because they raised her that way.
Studios wanted her to be whatever, thinner, and
You
that's
know,
the same
thinner,
thing.
and they want you to work 30-hour days.
Same thing
you
happened to
know.
Marie Osmond when she was doing the Donnie and Marie show.
Those, actually, Marie and Donnie have done better
Oh,
at it.
they listen, because they came from a good family.
they did.
That family was amazing.
Yeah.
But she's written in her book, and she's been on TV shows talking about how the studio wanted her when she was doing Donnie and Marie, get thinner, get thinner, get thinner. And she became anorexic, you know. But that's nothing new. But now I think it wouldn't happen that easily because you have a lot of eyes on people, especially agents, managers, publicists. They would need to be a little bit more leery about telling their client something like that, because they'll become internet will just, it'll go wild.
Yeah. They're not raised in any real world, and slowly but surely they find themselves adrift in the real world, usually with too much money and too many temptations at your fingertips, and they're never sure. That they're always very thin-skinned and almost paranoid about, is this going to last or not?
Oh yeah.
And then the only way to survive it is to anesthetize yourself. So you need to start either drinking, drugging, whatever you do to blot it out so that you can escape. You're going to escape into whatever.
But look at Ron Howard. He was a child actor.
Okay,
he had no problem. His family was great.
That's a one in a
But
thousand.
I just think that today it's a little different. And there's a couple of good documentaries out there now on the one that Punky
What
Brewster
happened to
did
Ron
on
Howard?
kid
I've never
actors.
thought of this before, but where he was blessed was he made a transition into something that he not only loved but was really good at. He was actually a better director than a child actor.
Yeah, but
even
he
though-
also said Andy Griffith was a good role model, like he was a good man, and so the people that he was working with, they took care of those kid actors.
Okay.
They weren't abusing them.
But he segued into something that
He
wasn't
loved,
going to go
yeah.
away. And once he had some success
Yeah.
in it, then now he's good, like
Yeah.
he's on the map. So he's got cachet in Hollywood. So anything he touches will turn into producer gold, where they'll say, okay, we'll back that, right?
Yeah, a lot of them have done
Okay,
that.
so he was able, he didn't have to fear the end of his career
No.
because it jump-started. Well, when did he quit acting? He did Happy Days.
Oh, he did Happy Days, and then he was still in some other roles after that. But he had a good family. His brother was an actor, Clint. They're good people. So it depends on if you got lucky with a good family.
Yeah, that's true. I would
trying
agree.
to protect you. But
Well,
she'll hopefully make money from her book sale.
Hopefully.
So get her some more work if she wants to do it.
And hopefully she'll find a good guy.
Yeah,
And
she has a child, and
yeah.